Greetings, family. Doc is in the building, and we are here today to discuss our week 7 of the Rites of Passage, which focuses on ARNA economic models and the 12 ministry system and the entrepreneurial system inside of our jurisdiction that is directly tied to Aboriginal University. Currently, we only have one university, Aboriginal University, which is servicing the credentialing of jurists, doctors, economic specialists, psychologists, etc. And the purpose of Aboriginal University was to set a new form of educating the indigenous peoples. We have had, and we do have, all types of means, methods of gaining and acquiring knowledge. But the most important and efficient purpose of knowledge is its use in your daily life for your own sustenance and networking with others who also have knowledge. And so we developed this model through Aboriginal University where people could get educated and they could become entrepreneurs, which is vital to our survival as a people. Entrepreneurship, represented by the ancestor Bolok, or the Jack. Jack of diamonds, Jack of spades being the two primary psychological influences that override or guide those principles of economics. Just to give you an example, the United States of America became the most powerful economic body politic on earth, and its primary ancestor is Bolok, born on July 4th. And so what we need to know is that we have a standard method that is a developmental method for changing the way we view economics. Economics only means identifying resources. And so in our efforts to identify what a resource is, we know that the greatest resource that we have is another human being. And so our objective is to dig into the human being to see what is there. And so by doing so, we have developed our 12 ministries, which is based on the 12 polarity system in the cosmos. And so we start with our ministry for defense and intelligence. Then we move to our ministry for economics and engineering. Then we move to our ministry for media and communications. Then we move to our ministry for our family ministry. Excuse me, I'm going through them right off the top of the head, but I'm supposed to know this, right? In order to be able to govern. And so our Ministry of Community Action and Family, that's our 4th ministry. Our 5th ministry is the Ministry of Arts and Culture. Our 6th ministry is the Ministry of Health and Human Service. Our 7th ministry is the Ministry of Law and Justice. Our 8th ministry is the Ministry of Forensics and Births. Our 9th ministry is the Ministry of Education. And our 10th ministry is the Ministry of Civics and Corporations. Our 11th ministry is the Ministry of Science and Technology, and our 12th ministry is the Ministry of Cosmology and Spirituality. And so all of those have methods and means to move into some form of education and certification, and thus entrepreneurship. And so the whole idea behind the model of ARNA is this: nationality is the process by which you carve out your purpose and destiny. You design it. Come into ARNA, you go through your rites of passage, you complete your rites of passage exam, you complete your nationality process to lay the base for you to have the correct documents, IDs, your initial business trust that you have set up by us. And now you have a business foundation to interact in commerce in the jurisdiction that we are in, which is the indigenous jurisdiction of ARNA and the Republic called the United States of America. Your business can function in both. In the United States of America as a tribal or indigenous business, in ARNA as a business of a national. And we have 7 types of businesses. And so that business structure becomes your web for operation. An example of this is you might have a nonprofit, a holding company, all as subsidiaries of your original trust and estate. And you can form others. You can form community organizations, 501(d)s, for various purposes. That's mostly used for our tax-exempt process on homes. And so you have a whole network of understanding what economics is. Economics is your ability to use your design purpose and human energy to provide for yourself and to trade with other people. That is the science of economics in ARNA. And so what we have done is set up courses, and courses that have levels, and the levels lead to a dissertation so that you can become a part of the accreditation boards and process. Currently, we have members who operate the accreditation board, and in order to be there, you must complete your dissertation. And the purpose of completing your dissertation is also economic, because now you have a published material in your specialized field, or multiple dissertations in multiple specializations in different fields. And so as we understand the 12 jurisdictions within the jurisdiction, which are the 12 councils, ministerial councils, we start to understand, now I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm coming to ARNA to get educated on my indigenous heritage. Once I get clear with that, I make my step towards completing the rites of passage, which is the entry into ARNA. Once I do that, I am given things by a jurist to lay my foundational structure for my economics. And then I move toward, where do I want to get educated at? Do I want to get educated in defense? Do I want to run a security company or something like that? Do I want to deal with economics and become an economic specialist? Or move towards actual physical structural building? Or do I want to move towards getting a certification in health? Or do I want to move towards getting a certification as a jurist? Or do I want to move towards getting a certification as an indigenous psychologist? All right. All of these things are available. Do I want to be a doula or a midwife? All right. Do I want to expand my music through the arts and culture? Do I want to become a graphic designer and take the course in graphic designing? Whatever it may be, whatever we have available, it is there for you to enter it, to get your certification, to move into entrepreneurialism. That is how we're going to ground ourselves and operate ourselves. So what I want to do really quickly is let us share our main website. And from there, we'll know where everything is. All right, so this is our main website, Shamru Tribal Government, arnagovernment.org. And so when you come here, you have all types of tabs. We have ARNA Census, which we want everybody to fill out before 2024, about, which gives you the basic concepts and introduction into ARNA. And then we have our registration, where you do your registration as a new national. Everyone must do that. We have our TV page, where you can review all of the rites of passage information. We have our constitutional protocols, where we can get access to our constitution, our protocol manual, our family contracts, our courtship contracts, etc. We have our jurist contacts, so you can contact all present jurors who are in good standing, get an idea what their fees are for their services, contact them, email, phone, etc. Then we have Aboriginal University, which is a summary, and the links to the actual Aboriginal University website, which are only for those who have completed a level in a course who need to sign contracts or do further business. All right. We have other links here. All right. Rites of passage manuals. All right. They're there for SOS and DOS. But when we go to the store, this is where we can get our registrations for our coursework. So let's say, I'm interested in the law course. All right. Boom, we go here. Level 1 Jurist course, we can sign up for, access other materials, level 2, level 3 Jurist course, all available here. You sign up, once you register, headquarters has all of your information, or the assigned accredited officer has all of your information, and you can move forward with accessing your textbooks and your ebooks and your course curriculums, etc. All right. Let's say you want to be an Indigenous psychologist. Go over here to the psychology department right here. And you can sign up for any one of the levels of the courses. Or you can get in contact with an accredited doctor in Indigenous psychology, and they can walk you through the processes. All right, let's go back. Let's say you want to do with genealogy certification. You will go here. All right. And so pretty much everything that you want to deal with as far as registrations is here. And if it's not here, we will switch modes and we will go to Aboriginal Medical Association. And at the Aboriginal Medical Association website is where you would register. All the about links, medical services, contraindications, all that. But you go to the store, and you're going to look for courses and certifications right here. So other materials here, other stuff here, but boom. Level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 4, we haven't actually given access to because we want to get at least 2 more dissertations before we provide that, because we'll have the proper text material for it. We already have most of the text material that we need for it, but I like to keep it diverse, and we do different subjects in the dissertations. So once those dissertations are done from those individuals and they become accredited, which should probably be before the end of the year, definitely, before the summit actually. And we'll be able to move forward with the level 4 for that. But we already have 3 levels for that. So you can sign up for any of the medical coursework, diagnostics, etc. at that particular link. All right. All right. So what we need to understand is that you are here to work for yourself and your family. And we are a network. We will get so good at this by the next decade that we won't even need money. And I know people like money, but what you really like is what you can do with money, right? And so imagine being able to do what you can do with money without money, because all money represents is human energy, the capacity of a human to labor, and their creativity at exploring more of themselves. So we do recommend people, hey, get a reading before you come into ARNA. Why? Because once you get the reading, you know all of your assets, you know all of your potential gifts, and you can take that and shape it and mold it into your purpose and destiny. Destinies are not found, destinies are designed. And so when we think about the ARNA economic model, essentially what we're doing is becoming more resourceful to each other. Now, we have an online curriculum for children. We've never posted it, but as we refine Aboriginal University, you will be able to, before the end of the year, sign your children up for their courses, for their schools, for private schooling. We don't use the term homeschooling because the state has jurisdiction over homeschooling. Our schooling is considered Indigenous and private, and you will be able to take your children through this material. As we get good, say the next generation, your child will only have to go to school probably till they're 13. From the age of 13 to their 17 and 18, they'll be doing all their apprenticeship work, all of their studies, all of their dissertations. So by the time they get 19, years old, they're able to vote in ARNA and they can move into adulthood. And, that's based on cosmological science. A person becomes an adult at the age of 19. If they're healthy, nutritionally healthy, epigenetically healthy, etc. And so as we move forward with understanding the economic model, let's go a little bit more into each one of these things, the key positions that we have in ARNA that are of focus. We'll start out with the Aboriginal Medical Association. We have 3 levels. The first is the level that deals with anatomy and physiology and diagnostics, indigenous diagnostics and biocosmology. And what this allows you to do is this allows you to properly assess the health of a person by looking at them, by looking at their birth chart, by understanding anatomy and physiology, and prescribing them the nutritional model, the supplemental model, et cetera, to help them heal. Level 2 deals with our quantum magnetic analyzer diagnostics. And as you move through the quantum magnetic analyzer diagnostics, you begin to learn the comparison between the biocosmology and that particular diagnostics. Those diagnostics were made by Dr. Harold Saxton Burr. He developed something called a voltmeter, which developed into the current quantum magnetic analyzer. And it uses electricity and magnetism to assess your health. And after you move through there, you go to level 3, which deals with our agricultural sciences and further exploration of healing, anatomy, and physiology. And so once you get those 3 levels, you have the ability to do a lot of things. You have the ability to farm. You have the ability to do diagnostics, whether it be biocosmology or magnetic analyzers or aesthetic diagnostics by looking at a person. You know exactly how to design and make supplements to your liking to help with your clients. And you have a whole product model for that. You have your dissertation, which is published research, which is an item of value that is for sale. And you have the ability to set up your client portfolios to show the people that you've healed, get new clients, and operate. And so it is a very, 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 very important structure. It is the most important structure because it deals with the health of the physical temple. And without our bodies being in great physical shape, we have a problem. We have to learn how to exercise. You learn the science of exercise, the science of breathing during exercise, what type of exercise to do, why you shouldn't be running marathons, what that does to your heart. These are the things that that the students learn. And so once you get all of that and you gather all of that, you have enough to provide for yourself. You can grow your own food if you want to. You can assess your own family members. You can take in clients. And it becomes a masterful way of maintaining your economy. Next, we have the jurists. The jurists have a load of responsibility. But level 1 basically takes you through proper understanding of civics, the ability to carry out proper services, debt management services, nationalization services, contractual services of any type. You can contract with NFL players, rappers, anybody because we have the fundamental understanding of contracts. Business registrations, tax exempt for life. All of these are services that are available, and many more that are available to jurists. And jurists have the ability to function if they are called upon in a jural society. They have the fast track route to understanding how to open up a local jurisdiction. They can form their own law firms. And yeah, they carry out all of the lawful and illegal processes of indigenous nationality, indigenous business functions, and even can move it over into the continental United States of America and do things in contract for people who are within that jurisdiction. So it's a wonderful way to build your economy, wonderful way to be of service to your community, wonderful way for you to understand the model structure of ARNA. You can even go as far as to set up IPA jurisdictions all across the planet, in the Caribbean, in Africa, and all the other places where Aboriginal peoples of the earth are at. And we have other certifications. Our Indigenous Psychology certification is a very, very profound certification. It's unimaginable that you can literally set up a system of counseling, advisory, forensics, protection services, uh, anything that you can imagine in regards to being able to have access to prophetic knowledge. I was about to go out, so let me put this back in. And to be able to understand and be aware of energies that are potentially present and how to get the best outcome of all of those energies. You could be doing family counseling, relationship counseling, business counseling, health counseling, whatever you think of, all of those areas are covered. And so we can go on and on. If you wanted to set up Aboriginal security systems, you can take the Indigenous Cosmology course and then take our security certification so you learn the science of executive protection. What to look for in crowds when you are securing the venue. What are the line items of agenda for you to move on when you are securing events? Where's the nearest hospital? How many people in the room know CPR? All of those particular things. And then we move into arms, the ability to produce our own arms using 3D printers for producing ammunition, arms, the receivers that are usually only gotten from arms dealers, outside of indigenous venues. Production of those particular things, use of arms, how to properly clean guns, use guns, take them apart and put them back together. All of these things are available. We have multiple people in ARNA who have those abilities, who can train you in those particular things. Security, how to do a search procedure. Yeah, we cover the whole grounds. So all of the 12 ministries are there for our economic well-being. Having children at home, natural childbirths at centers, choosing the gender of a child, feeding the child the proper foods, if it's a male versus a female. It's just endless because it covers the 12 polarities of the cosmos, so it's covering everything and all of the functions in our life. And so what this video is about is you understanding the structure. And once you understand the structure, you can move through ARNA properly. And that is all I have to share with you today. The information in this video will be used partially in your exam, so you do need to study it. Thank you for your time today, and we will talk to you soon.